Good evening and welcome, everyone. I am not Senator. Okay. I am Assemblyman William Magnarelli, co-chair of the Transportation Joint Budget Conference Subcommittee, and I would like to welcome everyone here. The members of the Assembly who are serving with us on this subcommittee are Ken Zabrowski to my left, Dee Dee Barrett, Joanne Simon, Kenneth Burgos, Landon Days, Michael Norris, the ranker in the Transportation Committee, and Joe DiStefano. I'd like to just say for the record that the entire Assembly part of this committee is here. The Assembly and the Senate each designate a secretary for the purpose of taking minutes. The Assembly designates Julie Barney as recording secretary. And so Julie is here. She's sitting in the back row. Let me just go on and give you at least my part of this thing. The following agencies are announced to be at our table: Department of Transportation, the Department of Motor Vehicles, Metropolitan Transportation Authority, and the New York State Thruway Authority. We are obviously waiting for our Senate counterparts. I would hope that they will be here momentarily. If you give me a second, maybe they're trying to tell me something. They're on their way. Okay, so I'm going to stop it at that, and then we'll wait for Senator Kennedy and the other members from the Senate to arrive, and we'll go on with the rest of the committee. So subcommittee meeting. At this point, we'll take a recess. Okay, thank you.
Good job. Yeah, I think it's funny.
Yeah, we could have done our remarks and then.
Well, if you'd like to.
I'm certainly not going to do it once I'm gone. So.
This is not
Right.
We'll see.
True.
Okay.
Good point.
All right, we're going to end the recess. Hello. Okay. Instead of taking a recess, why don't we give each of the Assembly members a chance to make their opening remarks at this point in time, okay? So we'll start with Mr. Zabrowski.
Thank you, Chair Magnarelli. It's great to be here and great to be part of this process in the transportation section of the budget. We all know that there are critical investments that need to be made in transportation, our roads and bridges, which are under your jurisdiction. In my capacity as chair of the corporations, authorities, and commissions, there's various aspects, some additional agencies and commissions, and most notably public authorities such as the MTA, which transport millions and millions of people around New York. I believe this is a vital part of our budget. It's something that affects each and every New Yorker every day, and I'm looking forward to engaging in this process as we try to come to a final budget that works for every corner of this state. Thank you.
Next, we have Chair Dee Dee Barrett.
Thank you, Chair Magnarelli. I am Assemblymember Dee Dee Barrett, and I represent the beautiful 106th Assembly District and chair the Assembly's Committee on Energy. The end of last year, Chair Magnarelli and I co-hosted a roundtable on energy and transportation, which was extremely important in helping to understand the many issues that overlap, and we learned a lot about. We talked about EVs, we talked about electric school buses and the challenges that our school districts have and the work that NYSERDA is trying to do to help them. We talked about innovation in that sector as well. So even though transportation isn't specifically part of my brief as the energy chair, these issues in the budget are very important. I represent a rural district where our roads and bridges are critical to everything from safety to transportation to economic development. And the important work that we do in the budget is something that I'm here to support. So thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Chair Simon?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Chair Barrett's portfolio as the energy chair is not directly related to transportation, and I would say that my portfolio as the ethics chair is even less so. However, I am a loyal member of the Transportation Committee, and transportation is key to the life of New Yorkers. And while I am from New York City and use public transportation most of the time, that is critical as well. And I think that the transportation sector is one that presents us with unique challenges, but also many opportunities to affect our climate in a way that will be more sustainable for New Yorkers. And so this is an area where we have a great deal of opportunity to make change and to serve all New Yorkers. So I'm looking forward to engaging in this process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Burgos, do you have any kind of a statement you'd like? No? Okay. And our newest, or one of the newest members of the Assembly, Mr. Days, do you have any kind of a statement you'd like to make?
Just thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm enjoying the process, and making sure that we fund our transportation and infrastructural needs is an absolute essential for the state. Thank you.
Okay. And the ranker on the Transportation Committee, Mr. Michael Norris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As a ranking member of the Transportation Committee, I would like to just reiterate the importance of making sure we protect our bridges and our roads and our culverts here in the state of New York, and also have parity between upstate and downstate as it affects every corner of the state of New York. Mr. Chairman, do you want me to give my comments now or wait till later on for the rest of it?
That would be up to you, sir.
Great. I'll give them now while we have time.
Go ahead.
Great. So again, I want to just thank Chairman Magnarelli, also Chairman Kennedy for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the Assembly Republican Conference today. This Budget Conference Committee allows us a chance to highlight key priorities in the transportation sector. First and foremost, the governor's cut in her executive proposal of $60 million in CHIPS funding for our local roads, bridges, and culverts is a step backwards and fails to recognize or understand the impact of critical support needed for our local infrastructure. Regarding CHIPS, we appreciate the Assembly majority for restoring the $60 million and the Senate majority for restoring the $60 million with an additional $100 million in their one-house budgets. We urge the majorities, though, to keep CHIPS funding a top priority in negotiations with the governor. As a reminder, under the previous administration, CHIPS remained relatively flat for approximately 9 years. Despite the recent increases, municipalities have seen a decrease due to the substantial increase in supplies and materials as high as 40 to 60% due to inflation. This, in essence, is a cut, and taxpayers are getting less roads, bridges, and culverts repaired as a result. Local roads do account for 87% of New York State roads and more than 1/2 of its bridges. Good roads, bridges, and culverts are good for our economy. Budgets are about priorities, and it is imperative to continue to invest in our infrastructure, one of the basic tenets of operating government. And that's why the Republican Assembly Conference urges an additional $200 million in local infrastructure funding for our local roads, bridges, and culverts, preferably in CHIPS allocation or the extreme winter recovery funding. Also, increased dollars for Pave New York, Bridge New York, Pave Our Potholes, and State Tourism Routes programs should be a key consideration as well during the through 8 negotiations. Mr. Magnarelli, Chairman Magnarelli, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak here and to highlight the need and priority for more infrastructure investments in the state of New York. And I'd also like to thank Senator Kennedy as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Now that the Senate has arrived, I'd like to introduce Senator Kennedy, the co-chair of this subcommittee. And Senator Kennedy, do you need any more time for your people to get here, or are they?
Arriving, I'll recognize everybody. Thank you,
Okay,
Chairman
it's yours.
Magnarelli, and good evening, everybody, and welcome, everyone. I'm Senator Tim Kennedy, co-chair of the Transportation Subcommittee. Honored to co-chair this subcommittee with my colleague, Assemblyman Bill Magnarelli. I'd also like to take this opportunity to introduce the following members of the subcommittee, some that are here, some that are making their way over. We just got off the floor from voting in the Senate. Senator Leroy Comrie, Senator Monica Martinez, Senator James Skoufis, Senator Peter Oberacker, and Senator John Liu and Senator Mario Matera as alternates. The New York transportation system is badly in need of repair and rebuilding. And never before have we seen so many roads, bridges, airports, passenger rail, transit systems in fair or poor conditions. The Senate proposed budget recognizes this by adding over $1.2 billion in additional direct capital funds above what the governor proposed to help address these areas. We recognize both the need and inflationary pressures on our road spending programs. By adding $400 million to the DOT core program, restoring the governor's proposed $60 million cut to CHIPS, and adding $100 million to the program, adding $50 million more to the Extreme Winter Recovery Fund, restoring the governor's proposed $40 million cut to the touring route program, and adding $50 million more to the program, creating a member-driven $100 million fund for multimodal projects across the state. In recognition of transit needs, we added $20 million more to the non-MTA Transit Capital Fund, invested in a new 5-year, $131 million capital fund for the NFTA Light Rail in Western New York, provided $90 million more to the MTA for additional free fare bus lines and for improved service, while also fully funding the MTA's operating budget. We increased non-MTA STOA levels to 15%, giving operators and riders more flexibility and providing more funds. And for our airports, we added $27.5 million to its grant program while providing $250 million for a new round of upstate airport capital improvement needs. Additionally, the Senate advances a strong package of limousine safety laws, helping to ensure our roadways are safe. With these items and many more, the Senate's proposed budget puts New York's transportation systems on a path to better conditions and more reliable service, and I look forward to working with my colleagues to deliver as much as possible in the final budget agreement. I'll turn it back over to my co-chair, Assemblyman Bill Magnarelli.
Thank you, Senator. I also would like to ask the Senator, the Assembly designated Julie Barney as the recording secretary for the Assembly of this subcommittee. I know the Senate has to designate one as well.
Yep. The Senate designates Rick Rogers as our secretary for the purpose of taking minutes.
As the Senator has already delineated, the New York State Assembly budget includes the following increases to the executive proposal. Slightly different, but I think moving in the same direction as we always do. $400 million to the core state road, bridge and capital program. These are increases. $60 million for CHIPS, $60 million for Pave New York, $50 million for extreme winter recovery, $80 million for the state touring route program, $20 million for non-MTA transit capital, $35 million for passenger rail capital, $12.5 million for aviation capital. And as far as mass transit operating assistance, the Assembly provides the following increase: $13.8 million for upstate and non-MTA downstate transit operating assistance. My colleagues have already made some statements, so I turn it over to you again, Senator.
Great. We have any additional statements from my colleagues? Senator Liu. Senator Lou had that look about him, and now he's getting cold feet.
No, Mr. Chairman, I support everything you said. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. It looks like everybody's good on this side. Thank you.
go ahead. Your closing remarks, or do you have anything?
Just thank everybody again for coming. We're looking forward to robust conversations in the next couple of weeks and having a very strong transportation budget. And we look forward to working with the Assembly and the Executive. Thank you.
Yep. And I, again, would also like to thank all of the members of the conference subcommittee, both the Senate and the Assembly, and look forward to working with you. As the Senator has already said, I'm confident that this subcommittee will work well together in the process of enacting a timely, responsible, and on-time budget. Thank you, everyone. This meeting and the Transportation Joint Budget Conference of the Transportation Joint Budget Conference Subcommittee is adjourned. Thank you.